Ready for dictation? Start. Sir, India is a vast country where the problem of communication, the problem of transport, and the problem of social economic conditions are different from area to area, from state to state. Sir, I have attended the Chief Minister's conference for almost a decade now, being associated with this ministry for a long. Whenever we had a problem of procurement, and particularly the mode of procurement, we consulted the chief members. They could never come to a conclusion whether there should be a uniform mode of procurement. In fact, they have always told us, and we also appreciate their difficulties, that conditions differ from state to state and that we must given freedom to the state governments as far as the mode of procurement is concerned. Therefore, we have given some discretion to the state governments for years. For instance, in Punjab and Haryana, levy will not operate and it will not be acceptable. There are market operation. Whatever comes in the market, they purchase it through the public sector agencies, which serves our purpose. But in the deficient states, that will not do. Perhaps in certain states we will have to resort to levy, and I have no objection if it is possible. Sir, as I maintained, there are no organized markets in areas like Bihar. In certain parts of our country, there are no land records. Even if levy is to be accepted as a mode of procurement, there are certain areas in our country where land records are not available, and ultimately, who will work it out? The petty village officer will work it out, and a lot of corruption will develop because ultimately one has to deal with millions of farmers. One has to work out the individual production. What would be the production? What would be the requirements of his family consumption? And how much would be surplus? Then all sorts of manipulations will go on. Corruption may breed into such a large extent. Therefore, some discretion will have to be given to the state governments in regard to state procurement. So, to think that monopoly procurement theoretically will lead to 100% procurement, I think is too very reasonable and rational. To my mind, if we have to find a solution to this problem as far as food economics is concerned, I feel that public sector agencies should play a commanding role in the market. That means a substantial portion of marketable surplus. Our efforts should be procure if it from the public sector agencies in certain areas through market operations, in certain areas through levy, in certain areas through millers, levy or producers, levy or both, and in certain areas by the combination of all these factories under certain circumstances. Therefore, we have to given some elasticity to these matters in the various parts of the country to achieve the specific objectives. Objectives is to strengthen the food corruption of India and such other public sector organization to procure maximum food grains.